So, the middle-aged movie boys have an appointment with the Wicker Man for the second part of their Hoke forage... Hoke?
The Hokey Cokey?
Whatever that is. Their folk horror trilogy, and find themselves in the middle of a musical again. Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ! Right. But it is one of those films like Planet of the Apes where you probably already know how this film ends without even needing to watch it. This is mainly due to the ending, which again, like Planet of the Apes, has been referred to in many, many different pop culture references and parodies. And also because, yet again, like Planet of the Apes, various different DVD and Blu-ray releases have featured imagery from the very end of the film plastered all over the covers. I mean, yeah, that doesn't give away the ending at all, does it? Although I will probably be massively hypocritical of this if I end up doing this exact same thing on the thumbnail for this video.
That is, of course, if you haven't actually bought the Blu-rays or the videos and what have you, which actually show the Wicker Man on the front cover.
Yeah, this is what I was saying at the start of the review. You've got the various different DVD, Blu-ray releases, which completely give away the ending to the film by featuring imagery from the very last scene plastered all over the covers. Even this one that you've got here.
Yeah, this is the 40th anniversary, I think. This was the final cut.
It doesn't actually have a picture of Christopher Lee like that, like a lot of them do. But it is sort of right there.
It's right there.
Yeah.
So we're comparing Summer Isle to Royston Vasey.
Yes.
I have no issue with that whatsoever. The creators of the League of Gentlemen would sort of continue to reference the film in some of their other works, particularly in the Inside Number 9 episode, Mr. King. Oh boy. Ooh. Oh boy. And obviously when Mark Gatiss presented the BBC documentary series A History of Horror, he referred to the film as a prime example of the short film, short-lived folk horror subgenre, grouping it with the likes of Blood and Satan's Claw, which we obviously talked about in our previous episodes with regard to the Horror Film Festival, and also with 1968's The Witchfinder General, which we will get to because it is a very, very good film.
Season 5, provided we don't get cancelled.
What season are we actually on these days?
4.
Are we? Did we actually finish 3 due to lockdown? Oh, we must have finished it due to lockdown.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, okay.
Season 3 was a long season.
It was. It lasted about 2 years.
And season 4's just ended up being a long season just because we didn't get around to doing a Christmas special. So we just
is true.
We just looped around. And if all that wasn't enough, then the final scene of the movie was even featured during the 2012 Summer Olympics opening ceremony, where it was included as part of a sequence that celebrated British cinema. I mean, we've covered some films on here, but not a single one of them has been referenced during the Olympics in a huge ceremony like that. I mean, wow.
Can you just imagine we're showing them the ending of The Wicker Man? I know it's only kind of like a little bit of it, and the Wicker Man and people sort of dancing around and what have you. But could you imagine what that would have been like to people that didn't understand that or anything like that? Hadn't watched the film, and they've come there, to represent their country, to live up to the Olympic ideal and what have you, and they're looking at that and thinking, we're going to get sacrificed. What's going on here? and
if we get a gold medal, if we beat England, are we going to end up in there?
To which the answer to that would be yes.
There are cultures. It's our traditions. Don't question them.
Absolutely, it's part of our heritage.
Now, we should point out, this isn't something like Dawn of the Dead, where there was a theatrical version and a director's cut version, and then a third version that was cut for distribution across Europe. Nothing like that. This was a far messier situation that was due to a lot of studio executive interference, which is never a good thing.
No, it's never a good thing.
And the complicated post-production history that this film has. This is much to Christopher Lee's chagrin because, despite saying that this was one of his favourite films to work on, he was deeply miffed that a lot of his characters' introductory scenes ended up on the cutting room floor. Now, we were both watching this film in preparation for this review. The version that I watched for reviewing purposes was the director's cut, running in at 1 hour and 33 minutes, and some of the scenes looked like they were in better quality than others. Some parts had large portions that did not look to be properly restored. I also watched, bizarrely enough, a fan-edited version of the film that is available on archive.org. More on that in a moment. But Luke here has actually seen every single version of the film.
Yes.
To date. So Luke, exactly how many versions of this film are there? And why are there so many different versions?
Oh boy, there lies a story.
Right.
Grab your mug.
Do go on.
Right.
I heard they actually wanted to cut it down even further and turn it into not a double bill, but a triple bill. So that would have started with Howie getting onto the island and practically making his way right to the end of the film, where the May Day celebrations are.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's also the fact that Lee once sort of told the story that Michael Daly telling him that he hated the film. And Lee was like, oh, that's fine. If he doesn't like the film, he doesn't like the film. I'm not, art is subjective, that's fine. I'm all right with that. What I do find unforgivable is that he never stood up when my wife entered the room.
Ooh. Ooh. A heinous crime.
A heinous crime.
Ooh.
Yes.
Disrespect the film all you want, but don't you dare disrespect my wife.
Absolutely.
This deal is either brave or very stupid. It's like, this is Christopher Lee you're dealing with here, mate.
Pick one and run with it.
Oh, dear Lord. So, they then got in contact with him to say, right, Roger, do you still have a copy of this film? And thankfully, he did.
So, I'm sure that we all have a junk drawer or a cupboard somewhere that we keep random items. Chances are that Corman kept this copy of the film in the same place as some old house keys, a tape measure, several pencils, numerous batteries, 2 inches of twine, a pair of old sunglasses and numerous different electrical cables, and that's just the contents of my crap drawer. It was just as well that Corman had kept this copy of the film, as this was possibly the only existing print, or as damn it near it, to Hardy's original cut.
And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, especially to the ladies, this is why men never throw anything away, because you never know, you might need it later.
Oh, we're going to get cancelled for that? It's very, very quickly said, right, remakes of British classics by American studios. I mean, we've mentioned The Wicker Man. The next one that immediately springs to mind, Get Carter.
With Sylvester Stallone,
yeah,
as in the Michael Caine role, it's like,
and even have Michael Caine actually pop up and whatever.
Yeah, it's like, why?
Why do that? You don't need to do that.
I've never understood why they felt the need to not just remake films but TV programs as well. When they've tried to do remakes of Red Dwarf or the IT Crowd,
yes, or
Life on Mars. Like,
that was actually quite strange, and just off on a tangent with Life on Mars. Actually, Life on Mars, I actually kind of liked that.
You liked the American remake of Life on Mars?
There's two kind of versions of it though, because there was an original pilot with most of the same cast, except the Gene Hunt character was played by a different actor.
Right.
So in the TV series, the actual TV series that was shown, it was Harvey Keitel, which is great. Harvey Keitel is wonderful. But in the pilot of it, it's somebody else. It's, oh bloody hell, it's Chief O'Brien from DS9.
Oh bloody hell.
Colm Meaney?
Yeah.
Yes. And he's wonderful.
He's Gene Hunt?
Yes.
Oh dear Lord. Right. I mean, that's...
This is in kind of like the pilot version of it, which never actually sort of made it. They then reshot it with Harvey Keitel in it. So, and then obviously that was more of a science fiction-y ending as opposed to sort of ours, which was more spiritual, psychological.
Dear Lord.
But it's actually not that bad.
Well, I mean, when they did Red Dwarf, they had to sort of do a pilot twice, and it still didn't get.
Oh, it was awful.
Because they were both
awful.
bloody awful.
Yeah.
After this film, Edward Woodward would appear in television shows like Callan and The Equalizer, which would make him a household name. I can't help but feel that this would have been a very different movie indeed, had it not been Police Sergeant Neil Howie that came to the island to investigate the missing child, but former covert operations officer Robert McCall instead.
It would have been even more different if it wasn't McCall that turned up, but Callan turned up in the...
Yes.
because the thing about McCall in The Equalizer, McCall had scruples, Callan didn't.
No. It would have been a bloodbath on Summer Isle.
It wouldn't have been a bloodbath, he would have just turned up and just shot them. Have you ever seen Callan?
Bits of it, yeah. I was more of a fan of the Equalizer.
I know.
To be honest with you.
Callan.
I love the Equalizer films that's got
Denzel
in. I can't wait for the Equalizer 3.
Can I just say, there's a lot to it, because obviously, we've got the films that Denzel's doing, but there is a TV series as well at the moment, with Queen Latifah playing McCall. It's very good.
I'd like to watch that.
Very, very good.
Yeah, I'd like to watch that. I'm just looking for like a streaming service or whatever that's got it on. But I do want to see that as well. Yeah. They did
make a film of Callan, because originally it was a TV series, and I think when the TV series ended, I think the TV series ended around about the same time as the Wicker Man was being made, and then sort of a couple of years later they went back and made a film of it, which was really just a feature film version of the very, very first Callan episode from mid to late 1960s or something like that. It's very, very good.
Sounds it. I'll check that out. Howie's final fuck you to Summer Isle is basically to say, hey, everyone that's doing this to me right now, if this doesn't work, then next year you're going to need a bigger sacrifice, like Lord Summer Isle himself. And Summer Isle's got a look on his face as if to say, oh fuck, I didn't think about that. Shut up, Howie, shut up. No, there's no need for that.
Who must have the most phonetically satisfying name in Hollywood history, which must beg the question. Which must beg the question.
Bollocks, no, forget that. I'll cut that bit out. Right, is he wondering where we are?
Yeah, he is.
Fuck's sake, right, we'll just go get him. Because otherwise he's going to keep pinging us.
He's going to keep pinging us, he's going to keep pestering us.
Talk amongst yourselves with the children.
All by myself, don't want to be all by myself anymore. Oh fucking hell, he is actually still recording this. Right, this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when somebody decides that he wants to go off and do other stuff, then starts pinging us. And I don't need to mention who we're talking about here, really, do I? I mean, it is the youth, so,
I found
him. Oh, hi.
I am here. I will be back 30 seconds. 30 seconds. I know.
What's that? This is all going in the outtakes, by the way. We've
oh God, I hope not. Yeah. I've just been singing all by myself.
Have you? Yeah. That's definitely going in the outtakes.
Everyone just singing all by my...
Will you keep it quiet over there?
Oh, shut up.
Put that cigarette out. Right. It's all right.
Yeah, this is fine. It's fine, only,
You may continue.
Right.
Oh, thanks.
What part did we get up to? Spoiler alerted. You've probably noticed, Josh, that a much beloved British television series is hitting its 60th anniversary this year.
It certainly is.
It's a show I'm sure you've probably heard of.
Well, I don't think we've ever mentioned it before, and my love for it.
Yes.
I don't think it's anything we've ever mentioned, ever.
But we are going to
Have
go...
we, John?
No. But we are going to go back to the very, very beginning, which is ironic considering that the series itself has kind of gone back to the beginning a few times.
Yeah.
We are going to take a look at the very first serial in Doctor Who, An Unearthly Child. We've covered John Pertwee before,
Yeah.
we've covered Peter Cushing before. We are going all the way back to the black and white days of William Hartnell, and we are starting with An Unearthly Child and the troubled production history that had as well.
Yeah, very, very much so.
Including having to completely refilm the first episode. And also that when it was first screened, it coincided with the assassination of a certain American president.
Yes, yeah. Bad luck.
So,
Hey ho.
all kinds of things.
All kinds of things and shenanigans going on with that one. Did you just do the whacker wave there? You just went like that.
I intended to just wave with one hand, but it kind of came out as
You
both.
just did the whacker wave.
Yeah.
When you were talking to Lou, you said it was something about when you were introducing Doctor Who. You said, "Don't we, Josh?" And you were talking to Lou.
Did I?
Yeah.
I think I need to have something to eat. This is clearly going straight to my head, is this? This is going in the outtakes.
Oh, it's funny.
You
It's
called
funny.
me Josh.
You did.
I don't remember calling you Josh, but apparently I did.
You did. You were introducing it at something about its 50th anniversary. Hasn't it,
60th.
60th anniversary, hasn't it, Josh? And you looked
Right,
at Lou.
well, just in case, it's the 60th anniversary, isn't it, Lou?
It certainly is, David.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Seamless. That'll be a seamless
Seamless,
edit.
but that'll be
Sure it
brilliant.
will.
That'll be a seamless edit.
Right.
That'll be a
Cool.
real. That's going to be a real challenge of my editing skills.
Yeah.
Right. Good night. Fuck off.
There you go.